Good morning, students. This is class 8 science, lesson 4, metals and non-metals. So today we are going to study about displacement reaction. Displacement reactions of metals. What are displacement reactions? See, a chemical reaction in which a more reactive metal displaces a less reactive metal is called displacement reaction. A more reactive metal displaces a less reactive metal from its salt solution is called displacement reaction. You can see on the screen when Zn, that is zinc, reacts with copper sulfate. Copper sulfate is aqueous, means it is a solution of copper sulfate. Then zinc, being more reactive than copper, will displace copper from its salt solution and a solution of zinc sulfate is formed and copper is left behind. It displaces copper sulfate from the solution and a colorless solution is obtained. The solution of copper sulfate is blue in color. The solution of copper sulfate is blue in color. But when we put some zinc granules in a beaker containing copper sulfate solution, what will happen? Copper will be removed from the solution and a colorless or somewhat pale green color is of ferrous. Colorless solution of zinc sulfate is formed and reddish brown copper is seen on the zinc granules. But what happens? See, this is an activity. In this we can do what we can take. We take 10 ml or 20 ml of solution of copper sulfate solution in a test tube, and we put some clean iron nails in the test tube, and we keep the test tube on a stand undisturbed for at least 1 or 2 hours. After 1 or 2 hours, what we see? The color of the copper sulfate solution changes from blue to pale green. This solution is copper sulfate solution. These are iron nails and the color of the solution is blue. But after an hour or two, what we see? That this blue color turns into pale green color and a reddish brown deposit of copper is formed on the surface of iron nails. See, this is the deposit. This is the deposit of copper on iron nail. So this shows that iron is more reactive than copper. Iron is more reactive than copper. Now, what happens if we do the reverse? What happens if we do the reverse? Suppose we take the solution of zinc sulfate and put some copper in it. What will happen? No reaction will take place. Why? Because zinc is more reactive and copper cannot displace zinc. I'm going to show you a few more examples of metal displacement reactions. See, magnesium plus copper sulfate. Copper sulfate is again blue, and when we put some magnesium in it, a solution of magnesium sulfate is formed, which is colorless, and copper is deposited. Again, copper plus silver nitrate. What will happen? Copper being more reactive than silver, it will displace silver from its salt solution, and the solution of copper nitrate is formed, and silver, which is shining gray, will be deposited on the copper pieces. Iron with copper sulfate, iron sulfate, that is pale green solution is formed, and copper, that is reddish brown, is deposited on the nails. Zinc plus ferrous sulfate, again zinc sulfate will form and iron will be left behind. So these are displacement reactions. Now, if we take a solution of zinc sulfate and put some copper pieces in it, no reaction will take place. As you can see, no reaction. Why? Because copper is less reactive than zinc, so it will not be able to displace zinc from its solution. So this is about displacement of a metal by other metals. By performing these displacement reactions, a list of metals in the order of their decreasing activity can be drawn up, and we'll study that activity series in the next class. Thank you, students. Have a nice day.